Hey guys, um, I've been thinking of doing something for a little while now, and considering that I am talking more to a camera nowadays than to probably any person in my proximity or in my life, I figured I would dedicate at least a video a week to something relating to mental health awareness. And more specifically, I can take some time, and make this video a week where I talk about what's going on in my mind or how I'm feeling emotionally, psychologically. And you're reading the title of this video. It's called I'm Jealous. And yeah, so today is February 20th, and it's a little over a week, to be specific, 8 days since me and Mrs. Skits called it quits. And, well, I'm fluctuating between very contradicting or very opposite emotional currents. And, there are moments throughout the day that really hit hard, you know, because, yeah, our relationship was pretty good and we were both in love. And now, this reality of being single again kind of sucks. But it is what it is, all right? And I'm not jealous necessarily, you know. Let me kind of explain myself, right? So, funny enough that I'm breaking up, or we're breaking up, and my relationship is no longer. And then one of my oldest friends, who I've known since I was like about maybe 10, 11 years old, he got engaged this Valentine's Day. So it's pretty, I don't know. I don't know if the word is ironic or coincidental that my friend is solidifying his relationship to the close to the maximum degree because, well, you're engaged and the next step for you is to get married, right? And I thought I was going to marry Mrs. Skits. We both thought that we were going to marry each other. And it turns out, boom, not going to happen. And I'm not necessarily jealous of my guy, or anybody in a relationship. Everybody deserves to be happy. But it's just funny how life works. And not only on like a relationship angle, I guess I'm also kind of jealous, if I'm being 100% transparent and honest, with people who are successful. And again, nothing against people who are successful. It's more so that I'm jealous of like my peers and people that I graduated high school or people that I studied with who are in a way more successful position than I am in. And it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of childish, it's kind of immature because I know I can recognize it's bitter, right? But it's nobody's fault. At least I know that. It's nobody's fault that I'm not successful except my own, For the longest time, ever since I was like 19 and beyond, I wasted my entire 20s playing video games and doing drugs. That's part of my story. And yeah, there are people who didn't take the path I did and who are now, financially independent, or they have a spouse, they are married, they even have children, they're starting a family. And I'm 36 years old and I'm where I am. I mean, I can't blame anybody else except me. I at least recognize that, So it feels strange, It feels like I can identify that there is some sort of resentment. And ultimately, it's not something projected onto other people, it's more so projected onto myself. It's not that I hate the world or I hate the people who are successful. It's more like I hate myself, or I'm angry at myself for not being successful, And, well, in this topic of relationships, again, when I see happy couples, then invariantly I'm seeing myself by myself, alone. And when my homie, when he texted the homies in the group chat that, hey, I got something very nice and important to tell you guys. And he sent us a picture of him and his fiance, you know, with the ring. In one side, I was extremely happy for my guy because, yeah, he's one of my closest friends, and everybody, including him, but him specifically, he deserves to be happy. And I also know his fiance, and his fiance is awesome. They both deserve the world, happiness, love. A part of me was also like conflicted. I was like, man, I can't believe this shit. And in this group chat, there's four guys, including myself. Everybody, two of them are married, and one is basically, they're not technically married, but they've been living together for like years. So now I'm the only single one. And it's funny, I've been streaming a lot lately. I've been streaming consecutively. And at one point, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before stream, I said something like, yeah, man, you know, I am so and so old. I'm 36 and I'm still here, you know, trying to make it. And I kind of fucked up during my 20s. And some homie in the chat, a very nice guy, he said something like, hey, man, you know, it wasn't your time in your 20s. You can now do it in your 30s. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not hopeless. But I feel like time, the relationship I have with time is definitely strange. So I fucked up a lot during my 20s, and I wasted my entire 20s doing drugs and playing video games. And back then, I was just very content with like lying all day and wasting my time. I couldn't care less. I can't fucking believe this, man. Sorry about that. So yeah, I spent a lot of time doing nothing, basically, or nothing productive, nothing for the sake of my dreams. And now I'm 36 years old and I'm trying to squeeze every single second. And time is so important because I'm not 25 or I'm not, 19 years old. I feel like I'm in a race, or not in a race, but yeah, a race against myself, and I feel like every second that I don't spend doing something productive, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and it feels terrible. It's like I don't have any more time to waste. I can't. I already wasted a lot of it. So yeah, talking about all these things definitely helps. I used to be a person who kind of went to therapy from time to time, and I had somebody to talk to, but now I don't. So I feel like this is one of the only tools I have to really express myself. And maybe somebody can relate, and in the worst case scenario, I can look back. I can always watch this video and reflect, because I'm at least being 100% genuine. I thought it was going to be different. I thought I was going to perhaps struggle more talking about how I feel, but now I think I'm kind of so used into talking to a camera that it's kind of easy. I mean, I struggle with sometimes piecing the words together, but I think I would struggle more telling these things to a person and to you guys, or to this camera. So yeah, today I feel jealous and kind of angry at myself. But at the very least, there's hope. So I'll see you in the next YouTube video.